All right, everybody, welcome back to Black Medium. I'm the host, Gold Will.
With your boy Electronic Jack, aka Linwood Storm, aka the Mac with the Facts of the Black Grindhouse podcast, coming at you live.
His intro gets longer every single time.
I was gonna add on the bit that I made about the conservative atheist.
Why didn't you? I thought that would have been interesting.
The conservative atheist. I forgot what was the tagline that I was gonna do. It was some. I'm pro-black, not pro-stupid. That was a tagline.
Wow, that was bad. And then we have a guest today.
It's provocative. It gets the people going.
Let's let our guest introduce himself.
Oh God, I'm horrible at these things. All right, so no better time than ever. All right, so the name is Chef Chubby J. What's going on? How you doing?
Man, what's up, man?
I'm just chilling, kicking it.
Word.
Been watching our podcast for a little bit, and so in the last one, y'all mentioned it was having an upcoming one referencing video games. And you decided to switch it up on this one, but happy to be here. How y'all been?
Been all right. What you call it? We're discussing something a little bit different because here on Black Medium, we like to discuss the intersection of Black media and Black life. Today, we're talking about a subject that's, it's been heavy on my mind for like weeks, especially with the Bill Cosby scandal that, recently just happened. I think his convictions got overturned.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck that happened?
There was an agreement made.
There was an agreement with another DA that said that if he signed it, they weren't going to prosecute him. Then another DA, I think like in a different area, took that agreement as a proof that he violated and ran with that. So they ran all the way back and was like, wait a minute, like you did what? And legal shit, money shit, you know how that bullshit pop off.
Wow.
So Bill Cosby is a free man.
Do you think he did it though? Do you think he did it?
Yes. What the fuck? 2 years? It was an open secret that motherfucker did it. So
same way it was an open secret that R. Kelly was wilding all these years.
I mean, the difference is R. Kelly had albums about it.
R. Kelly was such an open secret. I knew about it in elementary school.
The Spanish Fly skit that Bill Cosby had on one of his comedy albums, where he's talking about how he learned about Spanish Fly and how you can put it in the drinks.
No, I did not. Wait, what's in that? Did he say like he learned how to do date rape?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh my God!
It's an actual. Look that shit up. It's an actual.
I will
it's
actually
called
look
Spanish
that
Fly.
up a little bit later. That's wild. Today, this episode's topic is going to be about Black icons, the complexity of Black icons. It's safe to say that we're all students of the new era. We're all millennials here. We all grew up with different people we've idolized. Some were good, some were terrible, and it's often really difficult to like navigate being a fan or knowing when to admire or admonish Black icons upon.
If you admire a Black celebrity, a celebrity in general, like that don't make no sense to me.
What's wrong with admiring a celebrity?
I'm talking to the point of idol worship. To the point of saying, man, I want to be just like this guy. I want to do what this guy does. I gotta listen to every word he's saying. If he slips up, then I feel like he's betraying me. Like that whole Tiger Woods shit. Tiger Woods cheated on his wife, and now he has to apologize to everybody. Nigga, you didn't cheat on me. You cheated on your wife.
I mean, I don't even understand how you can get that far gone. Truthfully, and there's a lot of people who are like that for rappers. I don't know what it is. Who do y'all think got the most toxic fan base? Like out of all the rappers, and why is it Nicki Minaj?
Rappers or rappers in general?
Black rappers.
Okay,
I'm sorry, you're banned.
You already knew my answer.
I mean, you're like those are a bunch of fucking casuals. Who the fuck cares? Who?
Like, he already knew what I was gonna say.
I'm not gonna let him because he's gonna go off on like 5 minutes again.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, the white boy.
Oh, okay. Oh, I figured.
Real shit. The whole glamorization, the whole glamorization of drug use in hip hop skyrocketed due to Eminem. All right, nobody wants to talk about that shit.
What about Lil Wayne? What about Pimp
Eminem
C?
was out before Lil Wayne.
What about Bun B?
I think Eminem was out before Lil Wayne.
What about
we're talking
Hot Boys?
We're talking about skyrocketing. I'm talking about it in music being an open thing. All right.
I mean,
but that's okay. We can stick to black rappers.
I don't even know how that has to do with his fans, though. Like, what does that have to do with his fans? You think Eminem's fans are the worst?
Oh, the worst out of hip hop?
Yeah.
See, I'm trying to think of another person other than
because I already know the answer. It's Nicki Minaj. Barbs are dangerous.
I don't. More than Eminem's fans?
I don't know.
Barbs threatened more Cardi B's child. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, really?
Yes. Y'all didn't see that whole shit when they was beefing?
I did not.
Like, Barbs were texting her phone, saying they was going to, like, do shit to her daughter.
Okay, but you don't think that Eminem fans do the same thing?
To who?
Stands me wallin'.
To who? Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
That is true, because his beefs ain't like internet public like that.
Right. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I mean, I've never seen
they're capable of doing that kind of
some people so destructive as Nicki Minaj fans. They're the idols you just described, because them motherfuckers, you know, her husband is the P word.
A pedophile?
That man is not allowed in 1,000 feet of a school. They don't give a fuck.
And I think they had a child, or they're having a
child.
They
just had a kid.
Yeah.
Dude. And the Barbs love it. There is no wrong this woman can do for some reason. No matter what wax. Of course,
because she represents them.
Oh, yeah.
You know that, right? Like,
she represents
Azalea Banks, Nicki Minaj, they represent a certain type of woman that behaves a certain way. So when they see someone of a certain height, a certain celebrity status acted, they're like, okay, you know, we can do the same thing. No repercussions whatsoever. You know, I'm just being like my idol. All right.
Be like your idol. I don't know about that. I mean,
really?
I don't think Nicki Minaj doesn't act like that. Like, she doesn't act like somebody who doesn't have repercussions. It's the people who follow her. I can't agree with that. I don't think
that Nicki Minaj is not as toxic as Azalea Banks.
She's not. Oh my God, not Azalea. Azalea Banks is a whole other, like, she on some other shit.
You was out here boiling cats and. Like,
oh, I forgot about that. And you should hate her the most.
And showing off your chicken kill rooms and shit.
Yeah, you a fucking vegan. Why ain't you on her lawn right now?
I'm on both of them. All right.
Oh, okay. I ain't see you put up no hate posts for Azalea.
Are you being serious?
I haven't seen you put them up like you do Eminem.
True shit. No. So years back, I'm thinking about maybe 4 or 5 years back, I actually called out Azalea Banks on my Facebook page on the Electronic Jack, and you know how many of her fans attacked me over it?
How many?
A whole shitstorm of fans attacked me over it, saying, stop talking bad about her, blah 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 blah. This. I'm like, no, you know what? I did something that I probably should have done. I said that she represented a certain type of black woman that, you know.
Oh,
I said that. So that may have pissed off the whole. But here's the thing. I made sure to be very specific. I did not say all black women. I said a certain type of black woman that thinks this way and talks shit about black men. The ones that talk shit about black men, all right, and spews the homophobic slurs, even though they consider themselves bisexual or whatever. I make sure to be very specific, and I'm telling you, there was a storm, and I'm probably not all of them were fans of Azalea Banks, but
I think you had that coming as soon as you said that.
I didn't have it coming. Like, I don't respect anyone.
I mean, it's because, like, towards when you use generalizations,
it wasn't a generalization.
No. Listen. Hold on. It don't matter how specific you make it. It's like it does not matter how specific you make it, because you know why? If you just say black women, you say some stank ass bougie ass, ratchet ass black women. You are basically saying the whole of the group.
You know how many black women on these social media platforms say, this guy, again. Black guys act like, black guys act like this dude over here. And they're not even being specific. They're generalizing. I was being completely specific.
I mean, it's still when you use the term
and all. So I can't say. So I should have just said women. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because when you say black women, you just going.
So it sounds like black woman. Everybody's minds go blank and they're like.
Because it's like the not all men thing when men just jump out of the fucking woodworks when they say men do this, that, and the third.
Normally the response is usually not all men or not all
exactly.
women. But I specified in the post, I said, these particular people act a certain way.
But you still said you should have.
And I've said in the funny
you should have said her fans
about black dudes as well. I said there are specific type of black men who act a certain way, act like what's the artist's name? It's like there was a dude. It wasn't the baby, but I said, yeah, there are black dudes who act like that. All right, it wasn't the baby. It was someone. I don't think it was Kevin Gates. I know I've mentioned Bootsy before, but it was another guy. So there's
so many of them to fuck up.
I haven't just my arguments have not been one-sided, in regard to gender.
Oh, absolutely, it don't matter. It don't matter how well your argument is.
As soon as I mention black, it don't matter.
I mean, you saw what happened. What you think? Did I just retroactively make it happen?
I mean, I got followers over it. So.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, some people agree with me. So
yeah, I mean, the shitstorm eventually blows over. Like I said, there's a lot of people who follow these rappers. Like rappers in general have been fucking up. Like DaBaby really got canceled. Let me talk about that. He got canceled for that? Are you serious? As many people as this man has barroom brawled for no reason. Like, he straight up duffed this woman at a club, right? It was one of his, it's just straight up.
Laugh, but yo, I forgot.
But you know what I said?
Pushed her whole shit in.
A lot of people who are upset with DaBaby don't even listen to hip hop and probably don't even listen to DaBaby's music unless it's on the radio. Like they picked up on, and I'm not saying that what DaBaby said was right or I'm saying that there have been artists before him who have said stupid ass shit on stage before. Like I said, I mentioned DMX where DMX went on stage and said, "I never sucked a dick in my life."
Legendary.
I was like, nope, nobody said you did.
Legendary.
So when I because I watched the clip of DaBaby, and I'm like, okay, so he's just saying ignorant, N-word shit.
Basically,
and you guys took it and ran for it, and it's like. And then DaBaby goes and he apologizes, takes down his apology after, arguing over it. And I'm like,
yeah, he doubled and tripled down on it. He was triple fucked when he did that.
I have no idea why he said anything. It would have blown.
Because you know why he said it. You know why he said it? It's because his PR guy committed suicide. All right, he was tired of being overworked, underpaid. He's like, yo, you keep calling me every Thursday.
Sorry, that apology that he posted didn't even sound like DaBaby. It was too literate.
Yo, you had to go at him like that. Like,
I solemnly swear that I did not mean to offend my LGBTQ XYZ brothers.
Fucking enunciated every letter. Oh my God. Like, I don't even understand. Like I said, if I was his PR, I would shoot him my damn self. I'd take his phone, toss it off a bridge, and tell this man only to do shows and interviews. That's it.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
Like, he is his own worst enemy. And it's hard to be a fan of DaBaby. It really is. I can only imagine. Well, sorry. It's hard to be a fan of DaBaby if you're. Let me not do that. I'm not gonna say.
Oh boy, see, you're second guessing yourself now.
Oh no,
yourself.
Oh no, I I was gonna say no. I'm not doing it.
To air them out, air them out.
Just say it.
If you gotta let
be bold, man.
I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing that shit. All right, that's
rude
of me.
Drop the N-bomb.
No. I was gonna say if you have an IQ above room temperature, but you know that's rude. All right. So
I mean, look. I like the baby's music. Like he makes stupid ass ignorant music that you can work out at the gym at, but I ain't really following him as a person.
I'm just saying, like,
I don't know why people do follow these celebrities as people.
And that's the thing. Like, it's crazy because these are the people like that like teach them. Like you ever see like these people who say Cole and Kendrick are bringing their eyes to topics they never knew about? And I'm just like, how? They watch the same news we do. The fuck do you mean? He's talking about real shit. People get killed in Chicago.
You have to start somewhere.
Fuck out of it. Read.
You have to start somewhere.
Read, nigga.
That's all I'm saying. It's like what I said when I love watching Law and Order SVU back when I would binge watch it. It would come on USA. There'd be marathons, and I would discover new things. I'm like, this episode is based on an actual event. And it's ripped from the headlines, and I look it up. I'm like, oh, cool! I learned something new.
Man,
entertainment can be like that.
I don't think you should be getting your current events from rapping. I mean, there's a lot of reasons.
Not everybody follows the news.
Well, see because I grew up heavy on don't believe what you see on TV. I didn't really start watching the news and paying attention to it honestly until the last 2 years or so.
Okay, like I said, people need to read.
I'd have to agree. Like 2-3 years ago, yeah.
So like the things that I would hear about,
I mean,
in passing, just
and you realize
like, what the hell?
These albums, these songs and shit are gonna be recorded after the fact. If they do get released in a similar time frame, you're lucky. But a lot of the times, it's gonna be past events, like when the shit gets released. Like,
I mean, but you're still getting a perspective. Now, my problem is when you take that perspective and you just run with it as the truth. All right.
I mean,
and normally people do that when it aligns with beliefs that they already have.
Right. It's confirmation bias.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. I don't think people should be doing that. Like, you should not be like, I feel like when I listen to rappers talk about events like that, more or less, I appreciate the perspective. They're not teaching me anything. Right. Because,
but you do have artists who do try to teach. You have KRS-One, you have R.A. the Rugged Man, there Immortal Technique. There are plenty of artists, even some of the newer artists. They do try to slip in messages or, hey, did you know about this? Did you know this happened? Did you know this is going on? Did you know that the U.S. is holding this person prisoner for releasing documents?
My guy?
Of course I listen to Mick.
He be trying to put people on the shit. There's mad shit that I've come across and I'm just like, oh, what the hell? Purely just because I heard him spit it.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm different because I'm well read. Like, I like to read a lot. Like, articles after article, like this. So none of this stuff, it comes as a shock to me that people are like, for instance, when Watchmen came out, what was that, last year?
Yeah, the television show.
Yeah.
Towards
that came out, and that was the first time people had come across the Tulsa riots.
But think about for a second. They're not teaching it in school.
Yeah, they're not teaching that one. That one makes sense.
Unless you come from a very pro-black household like myself, you aren't learning about events like that.
Stuff like that makes sense because it's intentionally not taught for other reasons. But like basic like news events that are happening, like if you don't be looking at news articles, I feel like you're doing yourself a disservice by like getting it from rappers, because like you're gonna figure out mad late because you weren't looking around for current events that are happening. Like, I feel like being well read and upkept on current events is a good thing to do for a lot of people.
There's also the fear of saturating yourself with, because the news that they're feeding you, the majority of it is negative. Why would you want to, feed your brain that all the time?
The world is negative. I mean, the music that got the shit in there is negative too. Of course,
not all music is negative. That's what I'm saying. Not all music is negative, but
Like I said, like I can't get with that. I don't, and this is where that like idolization process starts. Like for a lot of people, of course, people like us, we know like the difference between like following somebody like on Twitter and actually like following all their moves that they do, like off the tracks and
being
everything. Like
them,
right.
Yeah.
The obsession shit. Dear Stan or Dear M, I wrote you.
Okay, so I can't make any Eminem references, but you can.
Yes.
Like what the hell was up with that?
I like Eminem. You just keep going off.
Of course you like Eminem because
Oh, why?
What's the issue with M?
Oh, you like?
Oh, it's 2-on-1, by the way.
Two against one. Okay.
Wow. I'll keep it honest. He was like in early music days when I was a young lad. Marshall Mathers LP was what I got put on. The first album that I got put on. It was the first album that I like fully heard a track, memorized the lines, the whole nine.
I still have most of that album memorized too.
And I rode the Eminem train for a hot minute. Trevor knows. He put me on the Eminem shit when I met him. Like,
Infinite. Fire album. Still
in the playlist to this day.
I mean, he knows, like George knows Infinite too. He knows all the Eminem shit too. I know the Eminem Cadillac freestyles or whatever the fuck those freestyles.
I listened to Eminem, back when he was, popular, like more so now. But I didn't listen to him like that, especially in comparison to all the other artists that I listened to. Like if we're talking strictly white rappers, R.A. the Rugged Man, Apathy, LP, like.
I mean, you're right.
And skill-wise, topic-wise, even instrumentally. Now, I'll give to Eminem that he's entertaining, but it's like I wasn't. My thoughts weren't being provoked. Maybe I'm different than y'all. Like I expect actual.
And I'm not even gonna hold you.
Oh, that man froze.
Oh.
He said, "I'm not gonna hold you," and he holds us. What you call it? While we're waiting on that, I was saying that the baby, his fans, like, if you're somebody who's conscious with LGBT matters and other civil rights matters too, it's definitely got to be difficult to be with the baby. Actually. Probably not. To be perfectly honest, like I could drop that dude in a heartbeat. I have not really fucked with like any of his albums, to be honest.
I haven't listened to an entire DaBaby album.
I listened to one and I was just like, it was alright.
He's gone. Oh.
Yeah, he's gone. He'll be back at some point. But I listened to an entire DaBaby project. It was alright. It wasn't like amazing. I think it was like if I was to rate it 6 out of 10, you know what I mean? Like, but it didn't grab me for real. But what about people like, Kanye West? Kanye West is confusing.
Again, Kanye West represents certain type of black people.
Oh shit!
But y'all don't like it when I say that shit.
Okay, continue. Give us your thought.
Kanye West represents the evangelical Christian black folks who are effing hypocrites. And I'm trying to calm down, right? I'm waiting for it to kick in.
Go ahead. Like effing hypocrites about what?
A lot of black folks they're struggling against trauma, mental illnesses, and who better to represent all of that shit than Kanye West? Because you know how black folks are, when it comes to dealing with their internal struggles, drinking, drugs,
definitely,
religion.
Those are like the trifecta, to be honest.
It's the holy trilogy of avoiding a therapist.
It's crazy too with Kanye because Kanye, in my opinion, Kanye don't got no excuse. He has all the money and resources in the world.
You know how much of an influence you are, and you're gonna reveal to the public, "Hey, I feel better off my meds." All right.
Exactly.
And then you're gonna do something stupid.
It's very difficult to navigate like Kanye West. It's super difficult. And honestly, it hurts me to say this, but I've been done with Kanye. I haven't streamed his music. I don't listen to his music. I don't watch his interviews. I see articles with him, and I just scroll past. I legitimately cut myself off from Kanye because to me, his heel turn into being a white supremacist hurt. More than, and I did drop that one kind of suddenly, but I do think he's at the very least, he aids and abets white supremacy, and I can't be cool with that. Not my Kanye.
I mean, that's always been Kanye. I'm sorry, people do not change like that. That's always been inside of him.
Okay, he was on his meds for a lot of that. Because, I mean, the Kanye that called out George Bush, the Kanye that told about his mom in the sit-ins, the Kanye that, talked about the racism being ever present in today's world.
So you think he just got crazier over time?
I think he literally married into that family. Because you notice, a sudden shift. There were two big events in his life.
As black men, we have to stop blaming women for becoming unstable.
Hold on. There were two big events that happened in his life. He lost his mother, and he lost his mother.
So he wasn't bipolar before losing his mother?
I think his mother was helping him keep it together. I mean, bipolar doesn't mean you're fucking crazy.
At the end of the day, it's your responsibility to stay on that medication. All right. At the end of the day, it's your responsibility. And he was a grown ass man when his mother died. If he didn't understand that, people need to stop relying on other people to keep themselves together. Learn how to keep yourself together. That's all I'm saying.
It's not that simple. I don't know why. What do you think? You think it's just
not that simple? Get a fucking therapist. All right. Look, I try to be the best friend possible to some of my friends. But sometimes I'm just not I can't deal with if I tell you, look, I'm not your therapist, you need to go get help after giving you certain advice, and all you want to do is say, man, I want to kill myself, and I'm like, okay, you need to see a doctor, a therapist, something. I just want to kill myself. I feel like all hope is lost. Okay, how many times do I have to put up with that until?
Oh, poor you.
Too much.
Poor you. Why don't you give them the suicide helpline?
I've actually done that with a friend, and she said, "Look, I just need you to tell me that it was going to be all right." And I'm like, "What the?"
I mean, it's not about you, man. What they're going through some shit. Just tell them what they want to hear.
No, but that's the thing.
They're asking you for help, and you say no.
I didn't. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you're asking me for help and I try to help and you keep refusing everything that I'm saying because you want me to lie to you, it's just going to keep happening over and over. Been there, done that. It's going to keep happening over and over again until you get professional help. All right. And a lot of black people need professional help.
I mean, I don't disagree with that. I mean,
it's not your friend's job it's not your friend's job, it's not your mother's job, it's not your father's job, it's not your boss's job to make sure that you're stable. It's your job. Take some fucking responsibility for your life. All right, that's all I'm saying. And Kanye West needs to take responsibility for his life. And I wholeheartedly believe that Kim tried to put up with Kanye and was just fed up with his antics and his behavior and said, fuck it. And
I don't disagree with that.
And here's the thing. What makes me believe that is because even after starting the process of divorce with Kanye, she is still talking positively about him. She's still speaking positively about him.
That's a PR thing.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, what would it look like a powerful white woman talking down on a powerful black man?
The wife of a man that she's had 4 kids with. I don't understand this Kardashian hate. Look, Again, nobody's
Again,
forcing
it
y'all
is
to
what it
be with
is.
them. Like,
I mean, I'm not retroactively changing things. It is what it is. People don't like the Kardashians. They're obnoxious. Like, what else do you want from me?
most celebrities are, including Kanye, including a whole bunch of these rappers.
Okay, so
Why
with that
why
being the
zone in
case,
on the Kardashians specifically?
with that being the case, wouldn't they be like extra like annoying if they're like on everyone's mind?
I don't watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I rarely hear about the Kardashians because my circle isn't like I curate my circle, my social media.
Okay, well, people who don't see a lot of saw a lot of the Kardashians, that's why. And they also keep seeing them doing constantly fucked up shit, like stealing people's ideas, stealing cultural shit, and selling it for billions. Like, just stuff like that.
Everybody does that. Every single person does that.
That's
rappers, artists. Yes, it is.
That's not every single rapper. That's not true. You are making a wide sweeping generalization.
Every rapper got their style from somewhere and tweaked it.
Oh my God. What the fuck kind of argument is that? What?
You're telling me that that's not true?
Okay. So let me get this straight.
Like you said the Kardashians take culturally, right?
Yeah.
So okay, so here's the thing. We do the African myths, right?
Are you saying we steal from Africa?
We borrow from their content and we transform it into our own. We tell those stories. Would it be any different if we were white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever?
No.
Then what's the cultural appropriation point that you're trying to make?
Hold on, I'm trying to remember. This is a point I don't feel like laboring for very long. But either way, your point is that you don't like the car, or you don't like everybody else not liking the Kardashians.
I mean, I don't care. Y'all can like or dislike whoever the fuck you want. But I'm saying that all of these celebrities are equally annoying. All right. If you don't like seeing them, curate your circle, your social media circle. If you don't like hearing about them, get rid of the friends that talk about them constantly.
I mean, a lot of people.
Nobody's telling you to watch E all the time. All right. Well, I think that's where the show comes on. I have no idea.
I mean,
but Playboy Manson also came on that same channel too.
Anyways, like I said, I don't really think people have the both interest in curating what they see, nor do they have the know-how. But you would agree
that it's their responsibility, correct?
I mean, I guess. See, this is what confuses me. You think that all this stuff being thrown in people's faces is not exactly a problem because they can just tune it out and just like curate their circle. They could just, everybody can do that.
Yes.
Everybody knows how to do it.
You can learn.
Everybody has an interest in learning.
The point that I'm trying to make is it's your responsibility. Stop trying to take responsibility away from people. It's their responsibility. If just like I said with the whole news situation, if you're tired of hearing, if so much of the news, because I have a friend, and he's like, I'm so depressed. Like whenever I hear news, it's always negative and this, that, third, and I just hate life and I hate the world. I'm like, okay, then you need to kind of distance yourself from that kind of media or any entertainment that's just messing you up. It's not that difficult to do it, but people do it. Possibly because they get that. Sorry. People don't do it possibly because they get that that dopamine rush.
I don't agree with that. I definitely think it. I mean, people have work lives.
It's similar to you saying hip hop is garbage, toss it in the trash. When
Correct.
let's be honest, you don't listen to every artist rapper that's out there. A lot of rappers that are trash, and people mention me, I'm like, I don't know who that is, but I can give you a list of 50 rappers that are still making music right now that are very lyrical, that are making quality music. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm not exposed to a lot of trash because I'm not in that kind of circle. All right.
I mean, but people who are in just the general audience, general everyday people who go to work and then go home and then go to work and do school and shit. They don't got time to be curating their circle. They've got other shit to do, and they don't have interest in doing it. So like,
so you're saying that they can't listen to, they can't stop listening to or watching certain things. They don't have the choice.
I mean, it takes time to actually find things and put together
and
like a
playlist.
playlist.
And if you care about your mental health, you will do exactly that. Again, stop taking responsibility away from people. It
all
goes
their
back
fault.
to that one conversation we had where what was it about? And we did a podcast on this, but let's say there's an alcoholic, right? There's an alcoholic and there's a bar across the street. It's that alcoholic's job not to go into that bar. It's not the bar's job to be like, no, you're an alcoholic. Stay away. All right. This is bad for you. No. It's the alcoholic's job to be like,
I mean, this is like a very, very strange, like cynical loner view of everything.
It's not a loner view. It's about taking responsibility for what you expose yourself to.
I mean, it's true. I mean,
and again, it also ties in about the whole raise your damn kids thing. All right. If you don't want your kids exposed, and by the way, you're not going to be able to, keep your kids from not being exposed to certain things, but you can teach your kids, you can raise your kids right. You can say, hey, look, I'm blocking this channel. You don't need to be seeing the kind of content on this channel. All right. I'm blocking these websites. You don't need to be going to these kind of websites. You need to be going to these kind of chat rooms. You can do that. But again, people don't like taking responsibility and raising their fucking kids.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's all about support.
And if you
systems.
don't have time to raise
support these people,
what was that?
We can't support these people. Like you don't think that support systems are important. You just think that everybody's on their own.
That. There are supports. AA meetings. There are plenty of support systems that you can go to. But again, take responsibility and make those steps. Say, hey, I have a problem. I need to do something about it.
Okay, so take the alcoholic example, right? And this is a guy who's trying to get off alcohol, and all they see is alcohol ads, like everywhere, which is actually strange. I actually see a lot of alcohol ads, but they see alcohol ads everywhere, and there's nothing but temptation around them. This is still their fault.
You need to find something to curb that temptation. Could be as simple as putting a rubber band on your wrist. That is an actual method. Putting a rubber band, you say, oh, damn, pop. I've tried that method before and it worked out for a few weeks. But again, at the same time, like you said, you brought up support system. AA. Go to AA, talk about, man, I keep seeing these ads everywhere. And then, of course, the people around will be like, look, don't give in. You're strong. How many days have you gone without drinking? This? Good job. Good job. And now you receive a different type of dopamine rush, a positive rush.
Uh-huh. I mean, I think that's an interesting perspective on Kanye. What'd you call it? That he's responsible for himself. And I agree to that. That's why I don't like him. I still think that the Kardashians, like experience with the Kardashians, definitely had an impact on how he acts right now. But I think that overall, and this is something I posted a while ago on my own personal wall. I have to come to terms with the fact that he is someone who supports MAGA, and he might have always been this person. All right. Now, this could be the same person somehow who also talked about the sit-ins and everything of it. That could have also been the truth. But it's really hard to reconcile something like that.
That reminds me of, like I said, Fred Williamson. I praise Fred Williamson a lot because he speaks a lot of truth. He speaks about Black unity. he spoke about how instead of applying for films where he couldn't, he didn't always he wasn't always offered the role he wanted. He said, you know what, I'm going to build my own black film studio. He paved the way for a lot of black independent filmmakers such as myself. So when he and a couple movies for you guys to watch. There's Boss Nigger. He was in 3 the Hard Way. So and Bucktown, one of my favorites. But so one day I see a video and he's on stage. Donald Trump comes out. This is when Donald Trump was first running for president. He's like, "Hey, I endorse Donald Trump." Shaking hands with Donald Trump. I was like, But it made sense to me because he cares about money. So it was one of those things where I had to take I can still be like, look, he gave a lot of good advice. He gave lessons. I admire his story. And I may not like that he supports Donald Trump, but I'm not just gonna throw him away. He's not extremely like him supporting Donald Trump didn't make him problematic. It's just something that I didn't like. Now Kanye West, on the other hand, he's very problematic.
Why do you think him supporting Trump didn't make him problematic? I'm not saying that it automatically makes someone problematic, but what do you think? Was that not a quality you took into question? Did you ever look into why he likes him?
Yeah, because Donald Trump is about money and Fred Williamson is also about money. Both are businessmen. That's pretty shitty.
So. Yeah, that's pretty shitty. But
I mean, but when it happened, I was like, it makes sense. Like it makes sense. Like, yeah. Fred Williamson is very conservative. He believes, hey, look, you don't have an excuse for not making something out of yourself. Stop complaining and find avenues to climb up the ladder and reach success. And it's not like he hasn't proven that it's that's not capable. Like his story is profound.
And he turns out to be a Trump supporter after all. I mean, and that makes sense. That
I take the good with the bad.
And that's a thing that I actually like to talk about, taking the good with the bad. Like, where is that bad line? What is the line that you think for a celebrity? Because for me with Kanye, it was immediate with him supporting Trump because he kept going with this bullshit that clearly he didn't believe. I mean, when he got asked multiple times, what's different about Trump and Bush? Like, what's the difference between the two? He just sat there like an idiot, because he didn't have really an answer. He's clearly bullshitting and tap dancing and putting out this. He's putting out this visage of a black icon that's essentially representing us to a large
group. Back. What's up?
He's connecting audio. But what you call it?
Hey, there we go.
You missed the good segment.
I'm fucking hurt.
But what you call it? We're talking about Kanye and Fred Williamson and other shit. I'm just talking about Kanye real quick. So what I was saying is Kanye was up there basically supporting MAGA, tap dancing, and essentially being a representative to a large swath of America for black people. I mean, let's get it straight, right? There's a lot of white people in this country who haven't even seen a black person, and their only interaction with us is through the television. So when they see one of the largest black icons that we have, I mean, 6.6 billion net worth and whatnot now, he's essentially the richest black rapper.
Here's the thing: Kanye West becoming conservative, evangelical, whatever how it's pronounced,
evangelical,
and him supporting Trump did a lot for his sales, whether we care to admit it or not.
I mean, I don't give a fuck. Like you're not getting another spin out of me. Like I said, once he did that, I was heavily influenced by Kanye in my early years. Like
him as a person or his music?
Both.
Okay,
like,
so
he seemed like an actually genuine person. Like out of all the Hollywood people, like he was up there getting in trouble for speaking his mind, and I actually respected that. Like He gets on when the MTV shit happened, the VMAs, and he went on stage and he straight up ripped Taylor Swift shit. I was a fan of that moment. I thought he was a jackass. I thought he was a jackass for it, but you know what? I respect that. That's how
he's
felt.
He's also not the first to do it. I think ODB did it first.
I mean, still, like, in that moment, it was still like crazy that he did it. It's just like, yo, he would be the one you think would do it, and he did it. And I fucking respected that. That's how he felt in the moment. My question to
you is this, because we had that Coon Consequence podcast, and do you think that Kanye West is a product of? Remember when I said a lot of black folks turn against one another because of how they're treated by black people. Do you think that could have been a puss in the other direction?
How is he treated?
I mean, wanting to date Kardashian,
And right. I mean, how many niggas? Wearing Yeezys is like a point of pride for a lot of people.
Yeah, which is weird. They're ugly as fuck.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them either. But wearing Yeezys, people want the Donda album to drop. They still pack those stadiums. I
bought some bootlegs from the Philippines when I was over in the Philippines.
Some Yeezys.
I came back with the fake Yeezys, and I sold them on eBay for a lot more than they're worth.
That's funny. He had the Gleezies.
I mean, you won't be able to tell the difference until they start falling apart on you after the first month. And by then, guess what? You can't get your money back. It's good.
Deleted my eBay account already.
No, not just that, but you can't get your money back after a month. Like, time has passed. So.
I mean, you don't want them to angry message you, though. You gotta change the email and everything.
Now, I will say this. I got a pair of bootleg LeBrons.
See, I can see
the
why
Velcro
you think
fell off, and I had to get some more.
Why do you have a pair of bootleg?
They look nice. They look nice.
You are like the DVD salesperson on the corner in New York.
I've been told that Cheddar Man from that Andre 3000 cartoon.
Yes, that is you.
No, I'm more of a pirate than a bootleg salesperson.
You're both.
I mean, I can be like if you need some software, if you need some Sony Vegas or Adobe Premiere without the headache of a subscription and being tied to cloud, come to me and be like, I got you.
Don't listen to that, man. Either way, I was
I sent you, bro. I sent you a screenshot of all the software that I have. Well, most
I don't know what he's talking about. Anyways,
yes, you do. Yes, you do.
All right. So. What I was saying is Kanye is not mistreated by the black community whatsoever. I mean, I'm not representative of the black community. Twitter not representative of the black community. You see the man's album sales. Shit. You already know that they buy his shit for no fucking reason. I can't stand him. I can't stand him personally. Like I'm done.
Arguably, he makes good music, so I'm not
after Jesus is King. Jesus is King was a huge fall off. That was horrible. Whole album was trash. I couldn't believe it.
Really? Oh, okay. Wow.
Whole album was trash. Did you listen to it?
I didn't.
Some of it.
But then again,
I listened to the whole shit.
Always been the biggest Kanye.
Here's the thing with Kanye with me. I love how he experiments, and in the same way that I love how Tyler the Creator experiments. So as someone who does some producing himself, I look at certain things that are being done. I'm like, this is interesting. Even if I'm not going to be bumping it all the time.
Listen to Jesus is King. You'll think it's really interesting. But
I mean, I skimmed it. Like, it's not. I'm not about
it's
Christian
bad.
albums and all that kind of shit.
It's bad. But yeah, like I said, I listened to that. It was like a hate listen, to be honest. I was just going through that shit like, all right, let me just do this because it's still Kanye. Let me see if he really did fall off. Like the MAGA shit got in his brain worms and all that shit. It did. It is bad. It's a bad album. And like I said, like for me, seeing him do the shit he was doing over here talking about Trump the way he was talking about, as Trump is hurting a lot of people, like globally, not just nationally. Like he's over here talking about, that's dragon energy. That's me. I'm like, that's grand dragon energy. All right.
Oh.
That's not the type of energy we need. All right. And I don't know what he goes up there and he just keeps big upping the man. And he's like, you all should follow me. Like, honestly, I'm just saying what everybody's thinking. Nah, man. Like he's clearly a product of misinformation, and
so are a lot of black people, and that's why they follow him.
Right. And that's what pissed me the fuck off. And it's really hard to take the good with the bad with somebody like him. It really is.
I mean, like, I still listen to some of his, like a lot of his music. I'm like, you know, I still like it, but I'm viewing it as like a piece, not like, okay, it's a.
Well, let me
like
ask.
I'm trying to be connected. I've never been connected to Kanye West's music. You've been connected to his music. I'm not.
Oh, I've been
know
connected
to his music. Like I'll listen to Casanova or
Do you listen to R. Kelly?
I've never been a fan of R. Kelly. I'm gonna be honest. Never been a fan.
Do you listen to him though?
No.
Just a little bit here and there.
Whoa. Yeah, you get that man spins.
Okay, so here's the thing.
If it pops up depending on what it is,
here's the thing.
It's already in the what I've already like pirated. Yeah.
Goldwell brings up a good kind of question. So here's the thing. There are artists that I listen to who have done despicable things, but I separate the music from the artist. And again, it's my personality. Like it's like I'm not following these artists' lives. I'm only listening to the music. Good example, Mystical. Mystical went to jail for raping someone.
Yep, I don't listen to him.
Yeah, I bump a lot of his music, especially on my runs. But I'm not thinking, I'm listening to a rapist. I'm like, okay, I like the vibe, I like the tune and all that.
My question is, are you streaming him? Because this is the big question.
You mean, am I paying to listen to his music?
Yeah.
When have I ever paid for anything?
That isn't what I asked.
When have I ever paid? You know
that isn't what I asked.
What question is that?
So do you stream him? Yes or no?
You know the answer to this.
So
you just finished calling me a pirate.
I mean, no, I'm talking about going on.
I do not support him with my wallet. Just like I don't support any artist with my wallet unless, you know, I know them.
Yeah, and he wants to sell things, by the way. Just remember that when he's selling something to y'all, I will pass y'all the link.
I have no problem with that. That's the thing. I had a discussion with
oh my God.
I've had a discussion with my brother and a friend on this. I said, look, I've seen creators give shit out for free, and people will still support them by donating or getting an autographed copy, or, you know, okay, if you actually purchase this, you get a t-shirt and a poster. Run the Jewels does that. You know that, right? Like, all their albums are free.
I know they're free.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like.
So why would I care if somebody's bootlegging my set? You know how much set that I've bootlegged and I've actually purchased? Blood and Bone is Blood and Bone starring Michael Jai White. I saw that pop up on one of my streaming websites, like when it first came out, and I was like, oh shit. And as soon as I could get it on DVD, I got it on DVD.
This is a myth, by the way. This is not like what everybody does.
Not everybody does it, but a lot of people.
Yeah, that's why you don't encourage that.
Have you been on those the Reddit piracy websites? Like, do you know the mentality behind them? Like, a lot of people still support what they bootleg. Like,
yeah,
here's the thing. A lot of people are introduced to certain things through legal streaming sites. All right, they probably would have never heard about it if it wasn't for those sites.
I mean,
you know that, right?
I speaking for myself here because I used to be a pirate. I ain't buy most of the shit that I pirated. I didn't buy more RPG Maker. I'll never buy RPG Maker. What the fuck? I always got the pirated shit. Like that program's not worth that. I didn't fucking buy any of those movies I downloaded. None of the porn. None of the music.
I mean, who would buy porn?
That's the point. I didn't stream it. I didn't buy it. I didn't do none of that shit. And this is during the pre-streaming area. You know, we didn't have Pornhub. We didn't have XVids, XNXX, all the other shit that I'm not gonna list here because
Pornhub, Spank Bang, TabooTube.xxx. What else?
Motherless, stuff like that.
Either way, going to Motherless. Nah, I go to the first page and you see some. Nah.
Oh no, you skipped the first page.
You see some wild shit.
Yeah, that's why you skipped the first page.
People are actually next.
Next.
This shit is super wild. But anyways, like I said, I stole a lot of shit and I didn't buy not one of them things. The only thing I actually bought that I used to pirate is Roller Coaster Tycoon. That's it. I never bought any of the other shit. And I know there are millions of people just like me because we pirate the shit because we can, not because we support the shit. That's why I don't support
No, I'm not saying, I'm saying if you pirate shit and you enjoy it, there are a lot of people who pirate shit, enjoy it, and will support it. Or they want a certain copy of it that they can't get through pirating. Just like with movies. I prefer DVDs. So if I find a copy online, I'll put it on my jump drive, I'll watch it. Ooh, this is pretty good. Well, now I want the DVD. Now I want the behind the scenes, the
pirate and all that shit. See, that's the point. That's why I don't do that.
Huge of an effort if I can get the DVD.
If I can get it for free, why wouldn't I spend the effort if I can get it for free?
Because it's still effort. It's still time.
So
that, and again,
what's harder to obtain, effort or money?
$5.
You know how much you know how much free is? You know how easy it is to get free? It's very easy to get free. This is why I don't support pirating, because I wouldn't buy none of that shit I took. And I damn sure wouldn't tell anybody else to.
But you're just saying you're saying that you were a pirate.
Yeah, I was a real pirate.
The reason why you don't want to encourage pirating now is because now you're in a business where you don't want people pirating you.
Because that shit is fucked up.
And how's it fucked up?
There's people who like who I used to be. There's people who are just like that.
You really care about pirating $5 worth product from a huge ass corporation making billions.
That shit costs millions to make. Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah. Big and small. Don't steal that shit. Like that shit, like you're stealing from the people's time who it takes to make that shit. The corporation doesn't matter. Okay. It's the thousands of people who work on the program.
What's your take on this?
Take on piracy?
Yeah, I want to know your take on this.
Woo! The quickest segment.
Lordy. All right, so as a former pirate, I've done plenty of things in my life. But as someone who's wants to start a business, I'd feel some sort of way if someone was just yanking my shit.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. Like people steal your shit. This is, like I said, you're talking about stealing from a corporation. You're stealing from the thousands of fucking people who work on these damn programs.
And they were paid for working on those programs. They were already paid. You're stealing from the owner.
Oh my God. You don't get it.
I get it.
Teams get shut down over low sales numbers. You do know that, right? People lose their jobs.
There are other teams to be a part of. That's just a part of business.
Yo, if I kill one, I'm going to kill the next one. You can go to another team.
Like you are putting so much weight on piracy. And then
because I know
the amount of people who
I know how bullshit works.
Piracy.
Because I know how bullshit works. People like you say support them, even though you stole the shit. No, niggas will log off that shit after leaving a comment like, yeah, I absolutely buy this shit, and go steal like 5 other movies they're gonna forget they got. They're gonna leave their torrent open for other people to steal. Okay, I know how bullshit works. You say one thing, you do the other. That's why I don't support piracy, because all pirates don't do that shit.
Look. Like, I support the small. I support small businesses, but the big corporations I don't give a fuck about. The bigger corporations I don't give a fuck about. All right.
I will say this: whatever comics that I have in my poll that I've been keeping up with and reading, I will go and buy them from the comic shop.
Yeah, that like
and then still go to the website. Yeah,
that's because the physicals values appreciate. That's why you don't want to open them shits. So that's why you want to read them.
Y'all are better men than me, because as soon as I discovered that I could pirate comic books, I had a whole library.
How many of them did you buy, by the way?
Let me finish. I had a whole library of graphic novels and comic books and all that. Mm-hmm. As soon as I figured that I could pirate them, what I did is I pirated them, and then I sold all my physical copies.
And how many books have you bought since? See, this is the mechanics of
the
bullshit.
Books that
Listen to what he's about to say.
Let me finish. The books that I do purchase are the ones that I can't pirate.
See what I said? See? You see how that works? You see, I broke it down for y'all in like 30 seconds.
Make your shit hard to pirate, like Adobe does.
I already knew the game. I already peeped game. Like I already knew this shit. Like I said, I used to be a pirate. I used to steal tons of shit. Don't do that shit. Please support them. Anyways, back to what we were saying.
Wait. I just want to know. So should I do the same thing with porn? Because you're saying support everything. So I do the same thing with porn.
There are streaming sites. Why do you download porn?
Because they may be taken down due to copyright reasons. That's why.
I mean, find someone. I mean, dude. Do you need that specific video? Do you need that specific Jada Fire video to get yourself off? You need that shit? Okay, that's fair. You know what? You can pirate it if you need that one video to get you off. I understand.
And obsessive videos there are online.
There's like 5 billion porn videos.
They'll take them down and they'll put them on this crappy transfer DVD. All right. So my question to you is: should I support the porn companies just like you're telling me to support the comic book companies and the video game companies and the software companies?
My nigga, I mean, a bunch of as somebody who's had my porn
yes
folder.
Yes or no? Stop tap dancing around the question. Yes or no? Do you want me to support the porn companies?
What the fuck? Yo, that girl just got her shit railed out by like 5 dudes,
and she got paid for it. She got paid for it.
If the numbers are low, they ain't gonna hire her again. All right. Hey, support her. All right. Her thighs hurt. Her cheeks hurt, my nigga.
But son, sometimes yes, you need that one specific video because look, you watched the minute preview. The minute preview was fire, and you said that's
exactly,
bro.
Exactly.
You as somebody who only watches, I have like 12 tabs open. All right, I only need 30 seconds of each video. It's a cocktail.
Especially if the video has a generic headline, it doesn't have the actual title of the video. Yeah,
I have actually gone through that, like typing in detailed descriptions into Google.
There are still a couple videos that I'm trying to find. This is a half American, half Asian, half white chick. I'm like, what's your name? What's your name? And it's a chick that I saw when I was young. Like
as somebody who has had most of his porn bookmarks deleted from X videos. All right,
it ain't that big of a deal. You are no better than me. All right, you can't.
I stream the shit.
Something.
I stream it. You can't find nothing I pirate. I stream. I buy.
I've seen that porn folder of yours. All right, or those are just links, right? Those are just links.
Yes.
Okay, but like you said, when you find something really good, it goes down. Like sometimes you're in the mood to just fap to a specific video.
I feel that, and trust me, I've been hurt when this shit said video deleted on copyrights.
It doesn't have to hurt if you just download. See, you can save the heart.
Give them the stream. Give them the stream. You know, not that stream, the other stream. Give them the stream.
Give the bootleg website the stream.
The X videos ain't no bootleg website.
Not all the videos on X videos are official, like uploaded by the companies.
They're not.
Now companies do that, but
I'm saying the creators themselves, they can monetize their work.
Y'all supporting OnlyFans, aren't y'all? Y'all supporting some OnlyFans.
Oh no, I don't do that shit. Why the fuck would I do that? I see a lot of the people on OnlyFans on X videos. I'm just saying. Look, here's the loop around for me. All right, if you bootleg someone else's video and put it on X videos, I'm still supporting somehow. I'm supporting X videos. All right, your shit got stolen by somebody else. I just happen to see it.
Okay, but X videos, it's not illegal, but it allows illegal videos up. Like you're not supporting the X. It's just a streaming site.
If you got your shit stolen, I can't help that. All right, that's a good video, my nigga. But anyways, back on topic. This is some crazy shit.
I can't with y'all.
See, like I said, and y'all saw, I called it out and he said it. All right, thank you. That's all I need. So, like I said, we was talking about what you call it, separating the artist from the art. I'll be honest, I don't listen to R. Kelly. I can't do that shit. I feel dirty listening to R. Kelly.
Yeah, usually gets a skip. Like when I see it, I'm like, oh wait a minute, this dude.
Y'all,
like, depending on what it is, if
age is just a number.
I feel so old.
Y'all want to know why black folks, black men in particular, the ones who support R. Kelly still do, is because they low down are into, you know, girls 14 and up.
There's a lot of black dudes.
You know, there's a like
that's some crazy shit.
Have you ever seen a middle schooler with a grown ass man 24, 25? I don't know.
I have. I've known people who were 17, 16 getting with grown men. It's very weird.
So here, that's a gray area. I don't like it, but it's a gray area because 16, 17, it's still legal. It depends on where you are, but 16 is typically the age of.
Is there something you want to tell us, George?
No. Oh, you use my government name.
I'm sorry. We had to get. Is there an intervention we have to put up?
The lowest I've gone. Here's the thing. The lowest I've gone in age. Y'all gonna let me finish? The lowest I've gone in age was 17, and I was 19 at the time. All right, so we were both technically still teenagers. All right, and I felt dirty about that. All right, yeah. I originally.
But the thing is, you have the capacity to feel bad about that. A lot of niggas that be supporting.
I mean, I felt bad about that until, you know, and I'm gonna feel bad about this.
Probably shouldn't expose.
No, because it's true, and this is true of a lot of older men. Older men, they get with women younger than themselves because they feel like they can mold those younger women.
Right, because that's a impressionable person. I mean, because they're terrible at communication, so they just get a child. It's just very gross.
Like say 18. I've been with women who told me, yeah, you're like the youngest dude I date. I'm like, you're my age. Well, I dated a guy who was like 50, 40, you know, and I'm telling you this when I was my early 20s. I'm like, you got some daddy issues, don't you? Like, what the?
I don't know what that shit is. That shit is wild. And that's the thing. Like, I don't even doubt that theory that like a lot of the dudes who fuck with R. Kelly probably like be trolling high schools for girls. Like, yeah, that just feels wrong. Like, I don't even doubt that. Like, I feel like a lot of the people, when they like impulsively defend people like the baby R. Kelly, what's that dude? 42 Doug? I don't know what he did. Don't tell me what he did, but I heard
42 Doug. Is that what you said?
Yeah, 42 Doug. I don't know what he did. Don't tell me what he did. I heard about what he do. Okay, and I just like, yo, what actually happened?
Yo, it gets worse because there are women. I'm talking about younger women. 16 and up who go after these older guys. Like it's crazy. I don't look forward to being a father.
And I think oh God, I don't look forward to it. I really
don't.
Like the problem.
Here's the opposite perspective. Look, when I was young, 16, 17, 18, and I told you, when I was 18, I dated a woman who was 20 years older than myself. All right.
I know, and she was a pedophile. But continue.
I was 18. She says if I was a year younger, she wouldn't be dating me.
Okay, but, that's still, you know, to me, that little gray area, like this shit.
I mean, it's not gray. We're both adults, so we were both technically adults.
It is like a gray area because, like, what is different from an 18-year-old and a 17-year-old, other than legally being declared an adult?
Look, let me just say that after dating her, like it took a while to let's just say she could throw down in the bedroom.
All right. Did not need to know this.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
I don't want her number.
Older women will ruin younger guys because they got experience, and then they're like,
no. Here's the thing.
Like when you're younger, you be doing crazy things for the pussy too.
You think they have experience? They probably was trash with the people they were with,
bro.
You were just amazed.
I'm telling you, bro. Even after having 10 partners after her, I look back and I was like, damn, you were on. And she was.
I don't need to
vegetarian. I'm telling you, bro. Older women know that, and I'm not saying. Look, older women are willing to do more things and be more experimental because
why are you still on
younger guys don't have as much experience, and the same thing goes for younger women and older guys. Now you're making it.
I don't know why he was really eager to get that one out.
Because it's important for the discussion.
How?
We were talking about R. Kelly.
You were talking about how experienced she was.
I was reminiscing.
I was like, how is that pertinent to the discussion?
Go on.
But yeah, no, I think there is merit in saying that, like, a lot of dudes defending people like that are like them. So like when you see people criticizing them, they're like, oh, he's criticizing me. Like, like they just jump up and are ready to defend them because they feel like, well, I would slap a bitch like that too. Hold up. Like, what did the baby do?
What happened with Chris Brown, and people are like, well, what did Rihanna do? Look, I'm here's the thing. Because I keep
don't like walking down that path.
Look, here's the thing.
I'm not gonna like me.
Here's the thing. I have hit a woman before after she hit me, and I hit her just hard enough for her to be like, look, for me to show her, look, I'm not gonna tolerate this. I'm like, you're not gonna lay hands on me. And I've been in situations where a woman is just trying to get under my skin to the point, because we don't talk about this. Like, there are women who will try to get under a man's skin to the point where he just rages out. And I'm not saying that the guy is right for it or it's understandable. I'm saying that it does happen. But this whole defending the man for basically brutalizing a woman, like, there's a difference between self-defense and just going all out. All right.
Right. And
like, for me, it was reactionary. Like, if someone hits me, I'm like, fuck.
And what's crazy is that, like,
I'm not gonna leave no black eyes. What the?
Chris Brown hasn't fully recovered from that, which is really crazy. If you think about it.
Actually.
I mean, he's never gotten to that level where he was when he released stuff like Off the Wall. Here's the thing, and everything.
This shows you how horrible hip hop is sometimes. After Chris Brown did that shit, you know how many Chris Brown references were made at the expense of Rihanna?
Quite a few. I mean, look, let's be clear. All right. There are a lot of fucked up events in hip hop and R&B and soul history, like Marvin Gaye being killed by his father. That gets referenced a lot.
Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston.
Yeah, that shit. I mean, shit. Pusha T took it to a whole other level. People
cover, man. I don't even think I would have done that cover.
So, like, people reference horrible events all the time. I wouldn't necessarily say like that he was special in that regard.
When it becomes a trend, I'm just saying it was indicative of how much respect hip hop shows women. And listeners are like, man, I'm cool with the references. Like I said, when I, and this is me being older, when I hear certain references made, and I'm like, was this really necessary? And maybe I'm getting kind of soft, but I'll hear references and I'm like, what did this add? What did this add to the content of the song?
It's got to be edgy.
I'm a bitch like Chris Brown did Rihanna, and I'm like, okay.
I don't really like.
You're saying the same thing that he said,
right? I mean, it's an easy punchline, but like, I get your point. Like, it definitely is something that. And it goes into a lot of what poisons hip hop discourse. And of course, that's misogyny just in general. A ton of hip hop artists are misogynistic. I mean, like, I think the baseline word for women in hip hop is bitch. Like,
You sure it's not nigga?
For women?
Oh, sorry, you said for women. I thought you.
I was like, I ain't never called a woman nigga in my life. Nigga, come here. Nigga, let me holla at you.
Oh no!
Put on this football vest. It was a scary movie.
That's all the way crazy.
But what you call it for like women? Like the base word is basically bitch. Even women rappers say bitch, like, or at the very least they're starting to say females. Like this. I mean, a lot of the casual dehumanization of women is kind of scary in hip hop. And this is where you got to tread light water, right? Like, people who were even like big stars like Kendrick call women bitch. Like Drake, Kendrick, Eminem been doing it for decades. Like, shit. I think Mick Jenkins is like the only rapper I ever heard make a song about consent. Like I don't think I ever heard another rapper talk about getting consent from a woman.
Exhibit.
That was not consent.
No, he was like, "Look, I insist that we fucking.
That was about withdrawing consent.
I know he remember the line. He said, "I insist that we fucking on videotape, just in case a bitch lose face and try to call rape."
Right. That's about framing and withdrawing consent. So if she
it's still about proving that she consented. It's still about consent.
Yeah, but not the same way. Like not the same way Mick Jenkins was actually talking about it on Pieces of a Man. Like. He was actually talking about wanting to get his girl in the mood. So, as it like just thinking about that is like strange. Like a lot of rappers
put a Molly in her drink, she ain't even know it.
I was just about to say that. A lot of rappers and the word consent are like mortal enemies. Like I don't even know what the fuck. Like, and I ain't even talking about just with women either. I mean, you listen to old Locks records. Niggas talking about getting raped with broomsticks. Or
remember that one Biggie line? Remember that one Biggie line?
That was a Richard. Oh wait,
no, not that one.
Oh,
the one about fucking that little boy and tossing him off the bridge.
Whoa, what?
I don't remember that one. Was that on Life After Death?
You don't remember that one?
Which song was that on?
Hold on, let me.
Because there's another Biggie rape line that was actually censored. That's on "Give Me the Loot."
There's a bunch of Biggie rape lines.
Yeah,
like people don't give Biggie credit for actually. Kind of pushing horrorcore themes.
Yeah.
Same with Big L as well.
But what you call it? Yeah, Biggie also had a while he's looking for that, Biggie also had a rape line on "Give Me the Loot," which is always censored on my version. I can't find the original.
Don't they know my nigga gutter? Fucking kidnap kids, fuck them in the ass, throw them over the bridge. That's how it is. This was on the Notorious Big What's Beef.
Interesting. Well, there's another one. And then there was the bitches get raped for the earrings and bangles on Give Me the Loot.
And Big L has some crazy lines, which is crazy because Big L had a lot of conscious songs, but he also had some horrorcore songs. He was like,
right.
If I catch AIDS, I'm gonna be raping bitches. I'm like
this is
how did that pass the censor?
And then what you call it? Eminem famously, like, if it's not a fucking rapper that I make it as, I'm gonna be a fucking rapist in a Jason mask. I was like,
well, criminal.
Like, yeah, but I think the difference between Eminem, Big L, and Biggie is that I'm not saying that I felt a bit more authenticity with Biggie and Big L, but the way they framed it, like Eminem framed it as something cartoonish.
Oh yeah, of course.
Whereas Biggie and Big L, like Biggie was like, man, this is just the gangster life.
Well, that's because
Big L was like, I'm the devil's son.
Yeah, because Eminem, like all three of them were like doing different types of personas. Eminem was more of like a psycho killer, lone wolf type of character. Big was a mafioso, and I'm not very familiar with Big L, but like I said,
you gotta listen to some Big L. You gotta listen.
But yeah, like I said, that's the point. Like, you know, you have shit that like that.
Yeah.
All right, we got you.
I didn't want to like say it, but yeah, keep it going.
Yeah. Okay. What you call it? So a lot of that, what you call it? A lot of that during that time is just like you hear about rappers and like consent is almost like a laughable subject. Which kind of like feeds into the whole misogyny shit, which is where you get from misogyny to like anti-LGBT, anti-this, anti-that. Because like baseline, they hardly respect women. It is very difficult to be like a big fan of this type of stuff because it's like you have to basically internalize the idea that, all right, they about to say some hateful shit about women that I definitely wouldn't say.
But they're about to come all the way out they fucking necks, talking all the way reckless and all the way just not even reckless, straight disgusting.
Right, like I call a bitch, a hoe, a woman, a woman. I never.
Here's where I defend art. So I'll be listening to some crazy shit, but it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me in a way that I'm like, yeah,
Like,
I totally got to do something like this. It's like,
Of course.
okay, now my emotions may be tuned into it, like how folks will listen to a Eminem or a Ghetto Boys or this guy's name, Too Short. They're talking about certain subject matter. They'd be like, okay, I can feel this. But I think that with a lot of people, they don't know how to disconnect from the art and themselves.
Do you not
They
feel
try.
like because of course music has an effect on people. Like it's not in a vacuum.
I do, and I mentioned this in a thread. I said, look, music is not going to make you shoot somebody, rape somebody, steal from somebody, but it may influence something that's already there. If you're already wanting to steal from somebody, you'll probably play a song that, hey, look, this is about robbing folks. I'm gonna rob folks, and this song's gonna get me hyped. Or I
Right.
may play this song to to the job, and that will block out any doubts that I have, because hey, this guy's doing it
Slim Shady told me to do it again. There's a line for everything.
Again with the Eminem references. I can't make none, but y'all can make them all.
There's just a ton of them. Like there's a line for every single occasion. So, like I said, yeah, no, that's actually true. Like I feel like music does. I mean, I also like to, I go to spats with dipshits who always say hip hop is like destroying the black community, this, that, and the third. They're like, this is why blacks don't get the fuck out of here. Go on. Get fuck out of here. But like, I'd be lying if there wasn't a kernel of truth to the idea that,
oh boy,
hip hop does have, like, the rappers.
It's a reflection. It's a reflection.
Right.
Okay.
It's a reflection, and the reflection reflects back. Like it's like two mirrors stacked against each other. And the same person in there, and it goes on forever. Like that's what I'm feeling right now. Like for each era, there's drug user music. In the 90s, there was drug dealer music. And in the 2000s, it was dancing. It was dancing music.
I said this in the thread. If you want to change the music, change the environment that the music is coming from.
And there you go. Yeah, that's crazy. That's pretty much it. And now we still have to get to the questions like, how do we approach icons like Kanye, Bill Cosby, or even somebody who's extremely controversial, like say Chris Brown, Sean King, or somebody like that? How do we approach them?
Did you see that bullshit ass mural picture of Sean King?
Yo, I saw that shit.
The Malcolm X next to it. Oh my god.
Man, I don't know what else to think. Like I said, he's probably the most controversial of all of them because we don't know if he's one of us. Apparently he is. Apparently he ain't. I don't think he showed his parents, but like
that shit was crazy. I was like, oh man.
You mean Talcum X?
Talcum X.
Oh man. Oh, I forgot about
that shit makes me laugh every single time.
Talcum X.
Oh my goodness. So like do you think should we keep supporting people that have these types of incidents like the baby
personally, just how from personal experience, when you like just from the way you said these people are wilding out doing fuck shit. No,
people are gonna be back to supporting them after like the baby ain't gonna fall off,
and they'll have their supporters, and you rock with your supporters, because like it just gets to a certain point. Like, what do you want to deal with? What do you stand for? Shit like that. Like if this particular, like you said, this particular person keeps fucking up doing this foul fucked up thing, and it's like, why am I gonna keep giving you my support, my energy?
They keep doing this. And that's why it is like you can't separate them from the art. Like for instance, Tory Lanez, he got fucked up shooting Meg Thee Stallion. He was on top of his game. He was about to be next up. I don't think he's that good.
He was doing everything.
And then he got fucked up.
Let's be honest. The only reason why Tory Lanez took a hit is because Meg Thee Stallion is bigger than Tory Lanez. If Meg Thee Stallion was not as...
I don't even see it more of as like just bigger is this was not the time that this was not the you don't shoot a woman.
Like he was high profile.
You don't shoot a black woman. You don't
no,
do
no.
You don't do that.
Dr. Dre and D Barnes. Okay.
He slapped the shit out of her.
He didn't put a bullet in her.
But here's the thing. Dr. Dre has numerous incidents with hitting black women.
Yes, and he got dragged across the coals. I'm sure. I saw a couple things.
Yeah,
like just throughout all this whole Me Too and mad stories is popping up. Not once did I ever see
him
man's pulled the hammer out and bah. It was always some shit got boxed up. Never shot. I never saw it get stabbed. So
I mean, and
if you want me to be honest, I don't think that black folks really care about the difference between whether someone gets stabbed or someone gets boxed up, slapped.
I feel like it's a bit of a difference.
Like I say, it's still a black woman being assaulted by a black man.
Exactly.
And I mean, that's true. And here's the really uncomfortable realization that like I think we all have to come to is like on some level there is like a part of you that wants to ignore the shit. Like, for instance, Dr. Dre slapping D Barnes. I mean, that was a big thing. I mean, I knew about that, but like, I still like Dre beats. I don't have Beats headphones. Jay-Z had a situation where he slapped a woman. It was on camera too. And he addressed the situation too.
I think he addressed it by saying that they were joking or
they always play around,
even though it didn't look like that.
Right.
But
there's some other things Jay-Z may have done. And there's a lot of stuff. It's like we all have to come to like some sort of an understanding with each other is that there is like this threshold that we have. Like we just accept these people are gonna be fucked up. Like just like normal people.
Did you see the tweet where the woman was speaking on DaBaby? She was like, "Stop saying, hey, he's from the hood, they're homophobic there." I'm like, no, not everybody from the hood is homophobic. Exactly.
Yeah, the bigotry isn't it's not like a hood thing. Because, like, funny thing, I'm from the projects. I would personally call many members of my family bigots because I would hear a lot of the fuck shit that they say, and I'd sit there, me just always questioning shit. I'd look at them like, the fuck was that for?
Right.
These motherfuckers ain't do shit to you. These motherfuckers looked out for me, and you just shit all over them. You said all the way a bunch of nasty shit, and it's just like, but on the flip side, let them say whatever fuck shit they let them say that their own version of that shit about you, and they're the worst people on the planet.
Right.
And it's like, what's going on here?
It's crazy about that. And that's the thing I'm getting at is like, obviously idols, celebrities, pop stars and shit are all people. We can't expect them to be perfect. It's just like, so I want to ask a really strange question. So, because one example of another artist that got into like some shit was Nas when Khalees was accusing him of a assault or
I didn't believe her.
I didn't believe that either. I'm sorry, but
she was
because someone
Nas
like physical,
up.
yeah.
Someone also accused Talib Kweli, and I didn't believe that either. I'm like,
that's because I think he needed attention.
And Talib Kweli brought receipts.
Right.
Oh
no, he's still harassing that woman though. That shit is fucked.
No, it was another woman. It was a woman.
Okay.
That he worked with, but I know what woman that you're talking about.
Yeah. Talib Kweli is like doing a whole harassment campaign on a woman. That shit ain't cool. Or Fabulous, like doing domestic violence in 4K. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like do we just come to agreement? Like, here's the question I want to ask. Where is your baseline for like a celebrity? Just pick a celebrity like that you like, and what is your baseline to stop supporting them? Because there ain't no celebrity gonna be perfect, like out there.
Baseline, like
your baseline.
When you say support, do you mean financially or
financially? I mean, here we'll say financially, and then like for me, another level, full cutoff, like what I did with Kanye spiritually. Like, you ain't listening to this nigga, you don't rock with him, and his hands on sight. So first, you're cut off financially and then spiritually. Go ahead, Jordan. You go first.
Financially, what's my cutoff for an artist?
Yeah, like pick an artist. Like pick any like celebrity you like.
The list one's deep. This one's fucking deep.
Make it brief.
He said.
Mick Jenkins. All right.
Jenkins, why not?
All right. So where's the baseline for you having to cut Mick Jenkins off financially?
Financially, as in when you say financially, as in like just
like you just don't stream music, him. You ain't buying the merch,
nothing like that. Yeah. Okay. What kind of fuck shit would he have to do? Damn.
Because this is a question we got to ask ourselves. Because like all the fucking people we like I can guarantee you, like most of the celebrities we like have done something dumb. And I mean,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't mean to interrupt, but I don't really like celebrities that much. But I'll try. I'll try to answer the question.
Some super sick shit. I know that it gotta be some super fuck shit. Like I don't know. Probably. This is about to sound all the way like fucked up. I promise you.
All right.
Depending on the circumstances, like if he caught a body, all right, I give you that. Yeah, he probably gotta do some R. Kelly shit, like for me to dead him, real shit.
Okay,
you gotta do some R. Kelly, Bill Cosby type shit for me to like. Nah, you gotta.
And that's for both answers, like that's the cutoff. Okay.
Yeah. All right, you out of here, boy.
And Electron Jack, you're a fan of a lot of filmmakers and a lot of directors.
Like, I mean, I already told you my beef with Quentin Tarantino after he started slandering Bruce Lee and did not even apologize. I was like, I'm not supporting this guy publicly anymore.
Okay, and so that's your financial. I had no idea. So what about like full cutoff? Like you won't watch that man's movies. You won't do nothing. Like what's your level there?
Damn. Like full cutoff.
Yeah.
Shit.
Man's is dead to you.
He just is dead.
Yeah, like
he don't exist to you. Hit you with the Quentin Tarantino.
He'd have to. A video would have to be released of him fucking a black woman in a slave outfit, calling her nigger. I don't care if it's race play or what. Like that's my cutoff. Because Quentin Tarantino seems like he'd probably try some shit like that.
Fair
with the
enough.
amount of N-words that he throws around in movies. Like if a tape came out like that, I'd be like, nah, man.
Quentin Tarantino lives through those N-words.
I'm snapping the discs of all the Quentin Tarantino movies. I'm like, I don't care if it's your kink. Look, I respect kinks. All right, I respect fetishes. I've even dabbled in some race play. Alternate universe types, where I'm the owner. But here's the thing. With Quentin Tarantino, and keep in mind, I'm not talking about just one thing. I'm talking about it's a whole pile. All right, Quentin Tarantino has done a lot of things, or rather, quite a few things that I just don't like. So that would be the icing on the cake, and I would be like, nah.
Right.
I have books talking about this man. I got interviews that I downloaded and that I listened to, and I'm like, I can't, because after he said the shit about Bruce Lee, I was like, I can't listen to any of his interviews the same anymore. I tried listening to his Howard Stern interview, and I'm like, this guy's so fucking full of himself. You know when someone does something that you don't like, and now everything he does,
that's how, bro. That's the exact same.
It just pisses you off.
That's where I'm at with Kanye. I can't listen to any of the old songs.
Humble brag would be like, man, you are so fucking
full of shit. Like, yeah, like that's how I am with Kanye. I can't listen to any of the old songs anymore. I'm just like, yo, this motherfucker is a fucking liar. He's a hypocrite. Like he talks about all this black power shit, and then this man jumps on Trump's nuts publicly. I was just like, I can't even, like, all the good songs like Never Let Me Down, Family Business, like any song, I can't go back. I can't take him like serious as a human. It's crazy. It's so sad. Like I was like, because I used to be a super fan of Kanye. I used to play Through the Wire like daily. And it's just like, now it's just like,
yeah, you watched the star for a while out of the sky,
bro. Like Last Call is one of my favorite songs from him too, just because of how real that ending section is. That shit is heartbreaking. And to me, to me, like it got to the point where I look at it, I just think about other people. And this is like the part where you watch your idol go down to hell and you decide whether you going with them. That's a decision a lot of people going to have to make when these people start fucking up. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. This one went pretty late. So anything closing thoughts, guys?
I definitely have to like pay attention to where the fuck my feet are the next time, so I don't fuck my shit up like I did.
Yo, you eat shit. He's like, I don't want to hold you.
Yeah, I'm tight.
I was like, the timing couldn't have been more perfect.
Right. I'm glad we got that. Tight. You got that?
We got that. We got that.
I gotta see this bullshit.
All right. Yo, then we gonna.
I got something to say, y'all. Okay. Look, stop taking these. Don't stop looking up to these celebrities like they're leaders. Stop it. All right?
They're not fucking leaders.
And take responsibility for your actions. Stop blaming your path on, I looked up to this guy and now I don't know what to do. No.
Right. You don't have to go down to hell with them. And like, for instance, I love Killer Mike's music, but that man kind of retarded on some real shit. Like, he sat there with Governor Kemp is like, yo, I feel like this is a principled man as the man restricts voting rights again. So, like I said, you know, just
learn to take the good with the bad and know your boundaries. Like it's okay to cut off somebody if they're just on some fuck shit.
And also understand the mechanics of bullshit. A lot of people will say flowery things in your face and absolutely do the opposite. All right, just remember that. So, anyways, we're gonna get out of here. I'm the host, Gold Will. Oh, what happened?
One more thing. It's not holding on if they keep repeating it and you're calling them out on it.
Word. So, as I said, that has been Black Medium. If you liked what you heard, go ahead, like, share, subscribe. Please leave a comment down below what you thought of the conversation. I'm the host, Gold Will.
With your boy Electronic Jack, a.k.a. Linwood Storm, a.k.a. the Mac with the Facts of the Black Grindhouse podcast, a.k.a. the Conservative Atheist. I am pro-black, not pro-stupid. That's going to catch on someday.
I'm about to start timing that shit. All right. And we out of here. All right, peace.
Yo.